Samantha here. I pray all is well with you. This video is experimental. I want to try out a couple of things. And those things are seeing if I can refresh my embossing paste from Stampin Up Shimmer and White Embossing Paste. It's so hot in here that it dried out a bit. Well, quite a bit. And some matte super heavy gel. And I'm also going to make some texture paste. DIY. So the first thing I'm going to do to see if I can refresh this Shimmer and White Embossing Paste. I saw somebody do this with chalk paste, so I don't know if it's going to work for this. I did have the lid on here, so I don't know why that happened, but and I used quite a bit of this. But it's still some left. I went to go use it the other day and saw that it was dried out a bit. I mean, it's not as hard as a rock, because you see I could still puncture it pretty easy without too much pressure, but it's hard to, you know, use the spatula to spread. So what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of distilled water, not tap water, because I learned that if you use tap water you can actually end up having mold when you come back to this if you don't use it right away. I know you can see the reflection from the computer because I'm using a webcam to record this. So I'm going to only put a little bit of hot water. Now, this distilled water, I put it in a microwave and heated it up a bit. So now I'm going to just let that sit in there for a bit. Right? Let's just let it sit there for a bit. Let's see if I need to put any more. I don't think I will have to, but this might work because this is a lot of texture paste. Even though I use quite a bit, I don't want to have to get rid of that. So let's see what that water, that distilled water does. Yeah, so you do not want to use tap water with this. It's hot. I can feel it because it went all the way to the bottom. I'm going to put just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. And I'm going to take this seal, the lid, and I'm going to cover it. Put this over to the side. Just for a few minutes. I'll come back to it. Now, for this matte gel, I don't know if this is going to work. I really don't know. But let's just see the texture. This one is pretty hard. I can still get the stick in there, but it have to apply some force. So let me go ahead and put the hot water. I could have soaked it in this hot water too. That's an option. Like, just put the whole thing in there and see if it just like melts. I think I will try that. But before I do that, what I want to do is take a little bit of that water for the texture paste that I'm going to be making. So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to put some of this in here just in case I need some for that texture paste. And I'm going to take this, put the lid on it, and I'm going to put it in there. This is real hot. That water's hot. So we have that over to the side for now. So with the texture paste. So I've seen a couple of recipes online on YouTube. Several. And they're always saying the same thing. Basically, when it came to the recipe, as far as like the glue and the paint. Many of them had the glue and the paint. But some of them had like white cement, different types of powdery substances, plaster of Paris. But what I'm going to use is baby powder. Many of the recipes on YouTube have baby powder. I don't know who to attribute it to because so many people have it. But the ones I was watching, people were using PVA glue and they said that you could use Mod Podge. So I'm going to go ahead and use Mod Podge. And I am going to try it out after I record this. So I don't want to make a lot yet. I don't think this is something that I want to make and store. I think it's something that I want to make um, when I need it. So I'm gonna make. I'm gonna put a little bit of. I'm gonna eyeball it. This is a 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna use 1/4 cup powder. I did learn someone was talking about parts. I guess she had viewers asking her. Well, she did have viewers because she said asking her what is a part, and she said a part is anything you use. So if you use a big cup, that's your part. So if it says one part to 2 parts, 1 part glue to 2 parts water, then whatever you using is your part. So it could be any size. So if I was calling this a part, and then I say 1 part powder to 2 parts water, I would put this in, and then put this 2 times with water. It doesn't matter the measurement. You can use part when you don't have actual measurement. But I'm using a 1/4 cup, so that actually is my part. But I don't have to say 1/4 cup. I could, to myself, if this is my measurement, I could just say 1 part. So powder. I do not want this thing poofing up in my face. Okay, what you know, powder has that. And then I got this fan blowing. I need to position my body so it can be on my back. I'm trying to get it to the top so it could be actually the 1/4, you know. Okay, I think that'll be good. So I'm gonna put that in there, in the texture, in the bowl. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is, since I don't have the tablespoons, I didn't bring them out, so what I'm gonna do is see if I could put like half or 1/4, like if this was like an 1/8. Let me see. I'm gonna put it here. Not gonna be that much. Not even half of that. Okay. And then I'm gonna use. So I'm using Mod Podge, as you can see. And I'm gonna use acrylic. This float acrylic white paint. Like half of that. Oopsie. Right. And I'm only going to put a little bit of distilled water. And that's for the purpose of, you know what, let me mix it up first. And then I'm going to mix up the water. Put some water in it to help it get out of the measuring cup. So I did like 1/4 of a quarter. I did 1/4 of a quarter. A 1/4 cup of a quarter. 1/4 of a quarter. So, not even half of a quarter. Okay, so that's that with that. So I'm gonna pour this out in the bowl first. Then I'm gonna put some water to mix up the rest, get the rest out. So I'm using this. I don't have a spoon right near me. So far the ingredients are powder, okay, this way. So I'm going to put a little bit of water, just a tiny bit. A tiny, tiny bit. You can see that. Okay. That's good. That ain't even a... That's like a medicine droplet, if that. Look at that. That's very little. I'm really trying to get these edges. A lot of this leftover glue and paint. Alright, I think that'll do. Okay. Okay, so now mix it. And I also learned that you could let me stir slow so I won't poof it out. So it looks like I'm gonna have to probably put a little bit more of something, but first let me get this all mixed in, because it is not supposed to be runny. It is texture paste. So, and I use my own measurements here because, you know, when I was watching the videos, the thing is that people were making enough to put in a jar. And even when I'm looking at this look like, well, it may be enough to put in a jar. But it's okay. It's not going to be too much. Yeah. I mean, I'm making this and it's fun. But I know there's a chance that I may just go ahead and, you know, buy some in the future. Cause I like the mousses and stuff. I haven't bought any mousse, but I think I want to try it. So, and then I could use, you know, those Stampin' Up. Always get some from Stampin' Up. The Embossing Paste. Okay, so this is coming along. Alright, still a little clumpy, but it's getting there. I can tell it's getting there. I think I'm gonna probably add a little bit of distilled water. Now it looks like what is it, like I'm making some type of cookie or something. But I want to get it as much absorbed as possible because I don't want it to become runny by adding too much of the liquid stuff, and then next thing I gotta put more powder. That I don't want to happen. Let me put some water. I put quite a bit there. Yikes. But I think that's exactly what it needed. Look at that. Look at it go. Oh my god, so much fun. The mixing part is fun. I ain't gonna front. This part is fun. And I'm using a little popsicle stick. I could get a let's see. See how that water works so fast with this thing. I wish I had a bigger popsicle stick. I know I have a bigger one somewhere. Just look through the. It's runny, man. Okay, but it still looks like it'll. I don't want it runny like that. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. So I had to fix something with my PC. So I think what I want to do, because this is a little bit too honey for my liking, and I don't mind a little bit of clumps, only because it's texture paste. I'm gonna put a little bit more flour. So I guess, you know, like when you're making these things, you look for the consistency that you like, you know. Like I said, I am gonna try it out. I still don't like that consistency. I'm gonna put a little bit more. So you see, when I was putting the water, I should have been a little bit more. I should have been a little less heavy-handed because this is fun making this. Powder. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Okay, I think that's getting to where I like it now. I may have to get my spatula. Where's that? Okay, it's over there. I'm probably gonna get up and get it. Okay. keep saying, let me get up and get it. I won't get up and get it. Let me get up and get it, because I have to scrape these sides better than this. Let me go get it right here. Got this one. Okay. Put that there. Okay. Yeah, it feels different now too. Okay. Still a bit runny for my liking. I don't want it runny like that. Okay, here we go. Next time I know, when I add that water, really be careful, because it's going to take big time. I knew the water would liquefy it, but I underestimated how much it would. Okay, that's getting better. And it was one video I was watching. She said, you know, it's still not gonna be like as thick as the texture paste that you get in the store. I guess what I wanted to do is I wanted to like have like more of like keep it shape. All right. Oh my God, the one thing. Let's see how much more powder I'm putting. Putting it down slowly so I won't poof. Okay, I think I'm gonna try it now. I'll probably go on one more time if this is not the consistency I see I want. Just one more time. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think this is it. Let's see. Okay. It's more stiff. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to run it through a stencil and see too. That's probably a better way to. Okay, it's not drippy. It does drip when you first pick it up, but when you do this, it stays on. Okay, I think I could go with that. I think I could get with that. Guys, I don't want to make it too thick. Just put one little bit, one more douse. One more douse. That's it. That's it. Alrighty. Okay. I think that's good enough. Okay. I think I like that. And I know I'm going to have to wash this stencil off right away. Well, probably not right away, but I can't leave it like for hours on end. Because it's glue, water, paint, and powder. Oh yeah, that's kind of thick. Alright, so. I think you can see it. Sorry about that light, y'all. It's not gonna maybe. Okay, so let me try a stencil that I should have pulled out a stencil beforehand. But that's okay. I got a couple here. So I think I want to try this one. One minute. I'm going to try this one. And then I'm going to try one with, I'm going to put a little bit of paint and see what happens. So let me get, okay, so we're going to use this right here for the white. I'm gonna put it to the side. I don't want to just do this and not use it, you know. So Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take this now. Take some of it. So this is how it comes up, right? And then I'm gonna go here and spread it. I'm gonna take my time because I don't want to get it in places where I don't want it, because I do want to eventually use this that I'm stenciling on. I should probably go doing this way. Yes, I remember, go this way. You know what, y'all? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this easier for myself and do like this. I'll just have to use it as a different kind of card, because for the interest of time. This is thick, pretty thick. I didn't tape it down. This stencil. So let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Alright, now I'm gonna lift it up and see how it works. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. It worked really well. Look at, let me see if you can see the dimension. I think you can see the dimension there, or even the dimension here. Yeah, you can see that there. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. That's not bad. Wow. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. Put that to the side. Let that dry. I'm going to put it right by this fan. Right here. Now, what I want to do is take a little bit and add some paint. But you know, I think I'm going to put a tiny bit of water. Just a tiny, because my hand was working overtime. It wasn't hurting, but it was just like, God. It was a little bit, yeah, that's better. Because I see now, it's still going to keep its shape. Even, look, it's not going to drip off the spoon. So, you see, it's not going to drip off the spoon. Y'all know what? I'm sorry, but this, let me see if I turn this light off, would it be a little better? Yeah, because, sorry, that was a little bit too much. Okay. It was glaring down on the thing. So I want to get some paint and see if it works with a color paper, okay? And I'm going to get a tag here. I'm going to get a manila tag. And the color I want to put on this is going to be pink of my Mulberry Pink by Arteza. So I'm going to mix it on something first. I'm going to mix it on something like right here on this black paper. Let me put the paste down first. Right, put this down. Then put this to the side. Then I'm gonna take a popsicle stick. I'll put a little bit of paint. Then I'm gonna mix it up here. You can see that, right? Yeah. Would have been easier to probably do it on a piece of silicone mat. That way it won't soak in this paper, but that's all right. Put a little bit more, a little bit pinker. Okay. Well, it is pink, but you know, closer towards magenta. Alrighty. So I kind of like that. It looks kind of two-tonish, but I'm good with that. Okay. And so now I'm gonna take this stencil, this part here, and let me see if I could do it with this. No, that's asking for trouble. Let me just go ahead and use this. And wipe this off. I'm gonna put this in a jar. Alright, so I'm gonna take this, hold it down, and spread. That's much better. Look how it's spreading. That's much better. Yeah, that's easier. Yeah, I like this spread easier. This is better. It could be too that I put some paint in it. I think I did too much. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's lift this up. Oh my goodness, y'all, look how nice that looks. OMG. That looks so... Oh my goodness, not oh my god. I'm going to take it in the Lord's name in vain. But look at that. Oh my... That is beautiful. Now I'll say thank you, Lord. Look at that. Can you see how pretty that is? Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is so... That is nice. That is really, really nice. And when I tell you, like, it's thick, like, it's really, like, holding its shape. So what I want to do now, as you see with this is not going to go to waste. Because what I'm going to do is do, like, a textured paper here. And that will be cut down and used in other stuff. So I'm going to just swipe it all around. I like the way that's looking. I'm just going to swipe it all around, and then I'm going to go ahead and texture it so we can see what that looks like. So I know I'm still going to put this video, even though I don't like the lighting in the beginning, and if somebody requested I do it over, then because due to the lighting, then I'll just do it over. The parts that I can anyway. Because if this, I'm going to go back to the first experiment. The first two. So look at this. This is nice. So I'm texturing this. And I'm not going to upload the videos until those things dry. So we can see how it is when it's dry. So I'm going to be making like another, I'm going to let it dry, come back on, record, and then I'll put the two clips together and then upload it. Okay, so you see how it's texturing? That's good, and it's holding the peaks. So, you know, look. Let me see if I can get a better shot with the texture right there. You see? So that's cool. I'm going to be using a piece of this and some art. I got some ideas coming to my head for it already. And yeah, so this is going to be broken up into pieces. You'll see. I'll probably show a video with that. So now what? So now I'm going to take this. This has some more water in it. I'm going to put that leftover water in there. And I'm going to store this in here. Look, and it's coming. It's moving pretty nice, so it's okay. We'll see how it's going to be working for the next couple of days, because I'm going to be doing some stenciling. So I'll see how it holds up. But yeah, this is a great alternative if you don't want to buy it. You know, I think I like the fact of making it, and then, you know, it came out so nice. I like the idea of that. Because it's not like it didn't come out nice. It came out real nice. But I do want to try the mousse. The Nouveau mousses. It's mousse and there's something else. But I put those things in my playlist when I watch it. If I can't get it at the time, I'll put it in a, you know, if I see it on Instagram, I'll save it to a collection that says bucket list or possible purchases. And then when I can get it, then go to it. So I can remember exactly the name and everything. I think I want to start trying to use that collection thing a little bit different. Like, just go there like once a month and see, okay, what is something that's on my, you know, to buy bucket list. Possible purchases to buy. Okay. This is, oh, it's not hot. It's not, you see it was out in this room. This room is a mixture of warm, hot, really warm, and kind of cool because the fan is blowing, but at the same token it's still warm. This room will get hot fast though. Okay, so I put this in. I don't think this is the most airtight, but I know it's close. And so now let's go on to let's check on these pastes. 1 second. Let me see if I put on the other light. Okay. This is the ring light. So I see you're still gonna see that light right here. Like it's down right here because the ceiling light. Okay. So now let's see. Now let's check on this embossing paste. Stampin' Up. See what's going on, and see if it's. I think I will try and see if this will be usable or if that's just it. Now, I could go ahead and experiment by putting some, what is it, glue in here. I wonder what will happen. I wonder what will happen. You know what I'm going to do? Because the other alternative is to throw it in the trash, right? And so, it's not going to hurt to play around and see how I could fix this even on TV. So I do have a little bit of leftovers on TV. Play around with this on camera. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this and put, oops, what? Where did it go? Oh my goodness, where did that clump go? I hope it ain't go on my coffee. Please no. Okay. It went somewhere. Well, it's not. I see a piece right there. It's not glue. Thank God. So, well, I don't know what's in it, but it'll harden. Maybe in a matter of minutes. So, I'm not gonna spend time looking for it. But it's kind of hard at the bottom here. All right, let's get the ones that's up out because get let me, because you watching, I'm doing right. So unless you following along. Okay, so okay, it's just some like right here at the bottom, you see that? It's like kind of, and I don't want to put, the only reason why I don't want to put paint is because it has shimmer in this. So I am going to try to keep it a bit shimmery. Okay. So this is some real serious play and experiment right here. Alright. Okay. So we got that. And I'm going to use another, I do have another thing here. Because that one has pink all over it. So I'm going to use this other one here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh-oh, I think I just probably needed to get it out the jar to mix it. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see what happens, because as I'm doing this, it's getting like soft. Oh, wow. I think I just needed to get it out to kind of like mash it. Wow, I don't need to add anything. I'm going to use it through a stencil just to check it. Wow, I don't need to. But I'm going to add color because I want to put it on a tag. And oh, I needed to take it out and mash it. It needed to be mashed. So that's what I'm doing now, just mashing it. And I'm realizing it is messy. And I do got something else in there, which I don't mind. I mean, it's not going to hurt it, I don't think. No, it's not. And so, look. That's great, y'all. That is so great. That is so great. Alright. So, adding a little bit of, I added the hot distilled water, took it out, and smashed it. And you know what? It would probably even be easier to smash if I had it on like a flat surface. But look at that. And then when I put it through the stencil, it's going to smash some more. And then, you know, it might have a little, because it got a little bit of chunks in there. But I could go like this. Chop, 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 chop. Like I'm cooking. Okay, so, look, that's a mess. Well, it's a fun mess. So what I'm going to do now, I have another piece of paper. So I'm going to mix it on some blue. I think I'm going to mix it on this. Let me pull this out. I'm going to mix it on here. I'm going to get some more paint. But this time I'm going to get purple. I was going to get blue, but I'm going to get this purple. I don't think I haven't opened up this purple yet. No, I haven't. This purple has never been opened. And let me take this off. Got stuff all over my hand. I'm not wiping my hand. Probably should get some wipes in. I don't do that. It's okay. I got some tissue over here and some water, maybe. But first, let me try to take this off. Okay. Pull that off. Let me get a paper towel. Okay. Yep. On my nails. Alright. It's gonna be a little messy. Alrighty. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. So now, let me put this top back on. Yeah. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Put it here. A little bit. I don't know. Part of me feel like I better get that back in a jar. But at least I know if I put some little bit of water, I can refresh it. So, I'm good. Close that up. Close this paint up. This other paint. Alright, okay, wait a minute. Okay, good. Alright, now let me go ahead and mix this up here. But you know what? I'm going to use this. It don't matter if it's like the color gets in it. So look, it worked, y'all. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Like, all I needed to do was smash it with that water. So there we go. And now I'm just doing this. Like, this is why I thought, let me pull out the silicone mat, because I'll probably have more. It'll probably be easier. It won't absorb into the paper, because this is, well, this is not silicone really. It's a piece of craft mat. Alright, so now look, it's ready to go. That's good. And it still has the shimmery effect. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, it's not picking up on the camera, but maybe I'll take pictures and put it up on the thing later. Alright, so let me get a tag, and I'm gonna get another stencil. Another stencil. Okay, I'm gonna try this stencil here. This is one of my favorite stencils. No one's using this stencil. Okay, and I'm gonna put this like this. I don't want the 3-part in there. To put this like this. Let's see. I think this way. Alright, I'm gonna turn it around because it's just going to be easier to get the part that I want on here. Okay. And so now, I could have taped it down, but I didn't. So I'm just going to do this. See how this is going to work. I just don't want it to move. That's the biggest thing. And I do want to texture the whole thing. You don't have to with stenciling, you know. It has a nice effect sometimes when it's not all the way. But maybe I won't do all the way. Let's see. Maybe I'll just stay on this side. Yeah, I'll just stay on this side. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Because it already touched some of the other areas and it got purple on it, so. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Maybe I can go this way. Hold on, I gotta pause it. My husband just went to the bathroom. Okay, I didn't need to say that, but I just said what the flush, you know, in the camera. Alright, so, and I knew I was gonna keep working on this. So, yeah, so I'm about to lift it up now, as you can see. So let's see what happens when I lift it. Good. Nice. Nice. Let me put this over here. I think I'm about to pause this though real quick and go whitewash those stencils. I don't know, I feel funny that it's been there for a minute. But this is it. This is it. Let me get that little bit off right there. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Now I think you can see the shimmer. So good. So that could renew the embossing paste from Stampin' Up. So last thing for us to check, but let me go ahead and pause this. First of all, let me repot this. I'm gonna repot this. So good. So now I know, like, I could refresh that. And I think I'm gonna put some, later on I'm gonna put some saran wrap on there. And so I got this texture paste. This is refreshed, and I want to go ahead and just clean up a little bit, and we'll come back with this, see what's going on with this super heavy gel. All right, be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I spent a little bit of time cleaning off this stuff, and I thought to show you, like, you know, just come out clean, really clean. I did use some Scotch Brite scouring pads. It came off my hands pretty well. It was really under some real hot water. And the bowl is clean, nice and clean. Once the hot water hit it, it was fine, even though it was caked up a bit. I threw out those popsicle sticks. Here are my, you know, spatulas, palette knives, and the Teflon sheet, you see. And we had a lot of stuff on there, a lot of gunk. This even got some stuff off of it that was on there previously, because I don't always wash my stencils after I use them. I just put them to the side. I just think the paint thickens them up a bit. I've never come across a problem with that. Some people don't do that because, like, doing that because it can cross contaminate. As you can see with this one right here, what was on the stencil came off, you know, onto the texture paste, onto the thing. If you don't like stuff like that, then you want to make sure you clean your stencils, because it could potentially bring up what was on there previously. And so what I'm going to do is, you see, we're going to check that gel in a minute, but I'm gonna see if I can get this off a bit. Let me see this little, yeah, it don't come off that easy, but let me see about this spot right here. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. Well, that one came off. This is already dry, so let me see if it'll crack and break off. No, it's not cracking. Let's see if it'll wipe off. I'm not doing it rough because ain't nobody gonna be like this on it. So I'm applying the pressure that could probably be in the book, you know, in the journal, because I will be using this. I will be using this. I got some ideas for it already. Now here's this one. This is still, you know, this is dry. Let me see if it's cracking. Well, this is the embossing paste, so this is the store-bought one for the most part. Nothing is coming off on that one. And this is, oh my goodness, I really like this, y'all, so much. You just look at the texture on that. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous. And it kept its texture. It's not flattened. It got some cracks in it, but it makes it, the cracking is actually making it look nice. The little cracks inside. You see that? Oh my goodness. Let me see if it'll crack off if I bend it. It just cracks, but nobody's going to be bending that like that. Yeah, so let me get this. I think I'm going to use this in a tag today for this mixed media art page. Vintage looking page I want to do. This one right here. I really like it. Okay, so now, because that is kind of dry, I didn't have to actually do a second part of the video. I just paused it. Look at this right here. This is still a little, it's not wet. It's just not absolutely bone dry. But look at that. And I have some ideas for that. So now let's try this glue, see what's going on. Now I did put it in some hot water as I was washing the where's that palette knife? Interesting. That's weird. That is really weird. Anyways, I'm not gonna waste time. It's gonna show up. It's somewhere here. It's might look. I'm looking right at it, but just can't see it. All right, so hidden in plain sight. So now I'm gonna see if this could be. I don't like the way that it's doing. I wonder what would happen if I put it in a microwave. But what is happening is it still has a like the gluey texture. I'm wondering if, you know, when I need it, if I, oh, wait a minute. I'm not using the best type of knife right now for this. This palette knife is probably not the best for it, but it's so thick. Wait a minute, it's going down a little bit more. I could put some more hot water. I know there's a way to restore this. Or refresh. Some people say refresh. Hold on. It still has this matte gel medium. I could still use it for something. Let me see. This is the heavy gel. That's why too. It wasn't the, you see. That's why I think with this stuff, like I have to be very careful because it's the temperature in the room, and I don't want to be wasting money. I don't have money to be wasting like that. I don't think nobody really has money to be wasting. But well, I don't know about that statement. Let me just put it for myself. I don't want to be wasting money on products and then I can't use them, you know. So, but I do know God doesn't want no one wasting money. So let me leave it like that. Okay, and so I'm not going to throw this out. I'm going to let me see something. There was something that I saw someone to. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try something. This is an experiment video. It's going to be a little long, so while I'm on here, I might as well. And hold on 1 second. Okay. So I do want to try something. I'm going to get a couple of more tags here. Oh, I might end up getting some big ones so that way I could put the paper down. I'm going to get some cardstock. 1 minute. Get this heavy cardstock here. Yeah. So I could use the entire jelly plate. Now I know that's a lot of. Let me see if I put this like this. That will help it somewhat. Yeah, it's the plastic that gives it that kind of like clear look. And so what I'm going to do is put down some gel, the matte medium. See, I'm still going to use it, wet it, and then just use it. I'm not throwing it out. Or just make it for other uses. What in the world? That was so expensive. Oh. Put that to the side. So this helps with alcohol ink. I've seen videos where people have used the matte gel medium to stop the alcohol ink when you put it on the mat from bubbling up so much. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. Is that a piece of hair? It might be on the other side. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna put some alcohol ink. That's that brown. Let me see if I find like an orange color. Yeah. And then right, that. And then I think I'm gonna put a little bit of this. So far I use, what color? Do the colors are on there? Oh, it got covered up. Sorry, can't tell the color on that one, but this one is what? Let me see if I can tell the color on this one. This one is, good Lord. I cannot see the color on those, y'all. I'm really sorry. But some of them are Ranger. This is a Ranger 2, a Durban Dak. This one is Tim Holtz. But they all Tim Holtz. Oh, this is teak wood. This one is called teak wood. And that other one I use is called, the name is somewhere on these other ones, but I can't see it right now. Alright, let's see. It's like a yellow, orange. This is like a fall theme, right? And then I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. Maybe I'll still roll it out. Let me roll it out. Still roll it out. I got this. So I have to let this dry before I lay down some white paint. But it's very obvious that it did not bubble up. It acted just how, you know, alcohol ink act. It just drops. But I'm glad to see that this did help somewhat. And I'll take some out, put some on a palette, wet it, and then put it on my plate. I'm going to find a way to use it. I just know, like, I don't need to trash it. When that happens, you can repurpose it, find other uses. This is drying somewhat. I don't want to pull out the, let me touch it and see if it's, okay, it's not wet. So I'm going to put a layer of, put this over there. I don't cook with this bowl. That's purely for arts and craft. Get some white paint. I want to get a better for you. I learned how to do pulls better. How to put paint down on a jelly plate better. Make sure this is dry. Okay, it's dry enough. Put a little bit of paint. Just a little bit. I don't want that much on there. I have to put some more than I will, but I think this is gonna suffice. Yep, this will suffice. I can still see underneath it, and basically that's what you really want. Okay, now I'm going to pull the print. I think I'm going to do one more. I'm going to pull the print. I have another brayer here that is not used. I do not put no paint on this. It just helps to burnish this down. There. And now let's pull this print and see. Okay, get that a little bit more. Okay, let's pull up. Oh, I don't like the way that's happening. Okay, well, not that bad. Maybe it's that. Maybe it is how the glue is acting. Who knows? let me put down a little bit more paint. Let's see. You know what? Let me put down some alcohol inks. This time I'm gonna put down some blue. Let's see. Can't hurt to try. I didn't put no more matte gel. I don't know if that's it. I don't know. And I think I'm gonna spray some water. A little bit of water. Let's see what happens. But then I gotta wait for it. Maybe it wasn't fully dry. Or maybe it was too dry. I don't know. Let's see. This is experimental, so let me just do this. I do not like this particular brayer right here. I do not like. I just don't like the way that. I just don't like it. Something about it just. I don't know. It doesn't move smooth enough. On paper it does, but on the mat I just feel like it gets stuck. I don't know what that's about. So I don't know if I want to really wait for this to dry. I think I want to make like a hodgepodge. So I'm going to go ahead and put my paint down. I'm not trying to pull up a design. So I don't mind if it gets all mixed up in there with the alcohol ink. I think I'll welcome that right now. And I think I might need to put a little bit more paint. Let me see, just a little bit more. You know what? I'm not gonna put that. I'm gonna put pink. I'm gonna put a little bit pink. Oopsie. I don't need that much to come out, but alright, let's see. Oopsie. Okay, where's that print at? Oh no, I'm gonna use another paper because I am gonna use that one. It's not all together. So I think I might even go over it with this. Let's see. This is nice, so yeah. Yeah, this is peeling up. And I don't know why. I don't really know why that's happening. But I have a feeling that it might be that matte gel. But I don't know yet. I will have to do all of these separate. 1, 2, 3, just to see. And I don't know right now how to do that. I have to think about it. And so let's see what's happening here. I think it might be, wow, because it's still there. It's still not picking up. Is it the matte gel? Because there wasn't no more matte gel down there. So let's see. But that's nice. But I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. I don't know how to. Is it the alcohol ink? I don't know how to find out. Let me see. Let me try to pick this up over here. Well, it's coming up. It's still nice. It came up just now. Maybe it was too thick. Maybe that's what it was. Let's look. Now that came up. Now let me try over here. That's one thing about mix these prints. Boy, you can make it pretty. It's just a background. There's so much you can do with those backgrounds. Alrighty. I'm getting some of that up. Look. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this again. So this went from plain. Well, it's still experimental because I was trying to see how the heavy gel will work, right? And maybe because it's heavy gel that it did something with the plate. I don't know. That could be it. Let me see if I put a little bit of paint, will it pick it up? Because, you know, that's how some of these things work. You just put down some paint and you try to pick it up. These jelly prints. Put a little bit more paint. Just clean off the whole plate. Put this down. I do not want to put that over that paint. I want to use that down there. And now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip this over and do one of these numbers. And I'm going to take this brayer. Clean brayer. I don't know why there's a part of me that feel that it might be this alcohol thing, because these are old. And again, you don't know, you know. I could do a video and say old alcohol ink. See what happens. Okay, let's see. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is good. This is a good print. Let's see about this right here. What is this? This is, yeah, you see, look, now watch this. This came right off. When I did like that with my nail, it's coming off. Yeah, that's coming right off. That's peeling up. It's peeling. Alright. Alright, I got most of it up. Yeah. And I could always take a little bit of baby oil and get that up too. And I might, right now I'm just going to use some hand sanitizer and just clean all around it. Yeah. And that'll be that. I mean, I'm not going to try the alcohol ink by itself because the purpose was for the matte medium. That's something I'm just going to have to do off camera because then it's going to get into something else. So I wanted to see if I could still experiment with this thing here. What I can do though, before I get off of here, yeah, because it's a, let me see. I'm going to try one more thing with that matte gel medium before I get off here and put this to the side. And that is to see if I could glue something with it. Clean all this off. I don't know, this thing is sticking off. Oh, this paint. Alright, let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can still use it to glue. That's what I'm gonna do right now with this. I'm gonna get a little brush, a little brush here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Take some of it. I'm poking inside of it. Put a little bit. Oh, oopsie! I didn't mean to do that. And so let me see if it still has the effect of gluing down the item. I don't see why it shouldn't. Yep, it still works. It's just like instead of taking it and trying to, let me see if I do this. Now this brush is kind of got stuff all over it, so it's not going to be, but wait a minute, it still works. Yep, it still works. Just, it's not easy and spreadable how it would normally be because it chunked up a bit and I had to put some hot water to, you know, loosen it up a bit. But that's what it looks like inside. And it's kind of like creamy like, but it's kind of like chunky. It's not soft. So you could take it out, mash it up, and use it, still use it. like right here, you can see in here, it's now it has that soft consistency. And as I move it around, the chunks are coming out, and I think you can see that clearly right there. I will lift it up in a minute. Yeah, so I mean, it's still usable. It's just that you gotta use it differently. So if yours dried out or something dried out, just try these techniques. But you see, that chunkiness is off of there. And that color is just because of what was on the brush. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for these experiments. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Any feedback, you can leave them in the comments as well. Okay, so that's it. So with that being said, I want to say thanks for watching. God bless you, and remember, Jesus loves you. Later.